I am Michelle Kay. I am a therapist and mommy consultant, and welcome to the Mommy Consultant YouTube channel. So, one of the things that I am on a mission for is to make sure that moms put their needs first without feeling like they're going to neglect their kids. This is something that I found common in my, almost decade of a year of experience working as a therapist and also other experiences working with kids, working with families, really for the past 20 years. The biggest thing that I have seen is that people have a hard time with figuring out how they're going to kind of organize their life, how they're going to organize their brain, how they're going to organize their mental health, their physical health, and especially for moms, because we are overloaded with everything. We are just so overwhelmed by having to pick up our kids, then figure out how am I going to work? How am I going to take care of myself? How am I going to take care of others? And so this YouTube channel is going to give you an opportunity to know some of the things that are going to help you to stay a little bit more organized, a little more mindful, and then just calm and at ease. And so the way that I like to do this is to first make sure that you subscribe. So please subscribe to this channel so that you can get the latest updates for anything that we're talking about with the Mommy Consultant. So you can tune in. It'll be everything from just some parenting advice, wellness advice, which is really important. Also technology advice. I use a lot of technology as a mom. So everything from my phone, and then also using technology within the home. We'll also kind of have some health and wellness tips in terms of food and meal prepping and things like that, just to make your life easier. That is the ultimate goal. And I tell that for my clients is that we want to make your life feel a lot more easy, calm, and even if you have those tough days and you're trying to get through that you're able to manage it through your mind and within your body too as well. So definitely please subscribe to the Mommy Consultant to be able to have those quick tips and tricks that you can listen to while you're in the car. You can listen to it while you're walking or you're at home, like cleaning and doing laundry, all those things that we really don't want to do, that the Mommy Consultant can be that, opportunity for you to be able to do that. So today we're going to talk about something that comes up a lot, and it comes up about like when we're trying to figure out self-care and wellness, we're sick and we're trying to kind of figure out how do we navigate like us feeling sick and then our kids feeling sick. And the biggest topic that comes up is PTO, so pay time off. Now, this discussion is going to be not only for moms who are our 9-to-5 working moms, but also our moms who are stay at home. Maybe you work from home, and also moms that have their own business, which I am in that category. And I've done all of the different ways. I have had moments where I've had to stay at home for various reasons. I've also had to work a 9-to-5, and I'm not even going to say 9-to-5. At times I was working 9 to 9 and trying to figure out how we're going to navigate picking up for daycare and doing that as well. So we want to think about all different types of moms in all different situations when we're talking about paid time off or that time off that we want to have from, not only our job, but also like even our job as a mom. We want to think about it that way. So sometimes paid time off, we're just thinking, okay, I'm going to just have paid time off from the job that I'm doing. I want you to kind of just change your mindset, because I want you to also think about you have a 24/7 job of being a mother. And so since you have that 24/7 job of being a mother, there are times where you're going to want to have just a little bit of time to not think about being a mom, understanding that you're a woman, and to get back in touch with who you are as a woman. So I talk about this a lot with my mommy consulting clients, is to get back in touch with you and who you are as a woman and giving yourself that time. So we want to think about paid time off in that way. So I'm going to use a whiteboard just to kind of illustrate for you the thought pattern that we're going to have when it comes to thinking about paid time off. So I like to just demonstrate this by thinking about how many weeks there are just in a year. So do you guys know how many weeks there are in a year? Okay. If you don't, it's a perfect thing for you to just think about. So 52 weeks. There are 52 weeks in a year. I really have learned to just memorize a lot of these things because, and I didn't realize a lot of people don't know. Some people don't know. They're like, oh, how many? Is it 50? Is it what? Like, there are 52 weeks. I always remember this because, thinking about like math and thinking about how, how many months there are kind of in the year and things like that. So I kind of think about it that way. So usually there's like around 4 weeks that are in a month. And then we're going to do like 4 times 12. So there's 12 months in the year. So it's at 48. And then, thinking about there's like going to be a couple of times where there's some extra months, the months that have like 5 weeks, that have 5 weeks rather than 4 weeks. So you just want to kind of start to get into a mode where you are really planning out your calendar year. So it is January 2023, and this is kind of the mindset I want us to switch to, is that is the perfect time. And if you don't want to do it in January, if you have some time in December to do this, right before, if you have some time off during Christmas, you can. For me, usually I'm doing so much during Christmas. I don't want to plan or think of anything. So I take some actual time within my business in January because it is normally slow with clients, to just kind of take my time, really plan what I want for the year. And so that is what I am trying to get you to do, is to really pull that calendar out, whether it's on your phone or you're going to pull it out on a piece of paper or a planner, however you want it. For me right now, we're just doing like almost like if you were writing down a piece of paper, you can do that as well. You want to find something that works for you and something that you are going to feel comfortable with. So those 52 weeks in a year, you want to think about, so we got the 52 weeks in a year, and how many days do you normally get? Now, I know sometimes people have like where they're earning their PTO like throughout the year. That's totally fine. And you do want to think about that. But normally, if you went through the whole year, you're going to get something, 14 days. So when I was then working 9 to 5, mine was 14 days. So that's kind of just the feeling that you want to have, and just to really be clear about what you have. And it's sad that some people have 7, some people have 10. Some people get their holidays off, some people don't. And we want to sit down and take this into account and really understand what that means for you. So you want to think about those 52 weeks that you have within the year, and then you're having those 12 months, as I mentioned, throughout the year too as well. So, just really understanding what's happening throughout the year. And I know this may seem like really simple, but I'm telling you, I've worked with clients and they're like, I've just never stopped to notice that there's like 12 months and that there's some months that have extra weeks. And this is really important when you think about pay periods. So there's 2 extra pay periods in a year. So this is even not only for PTO, but you want to think about this financially. There's 2 extra pay periods. And so something that we've done in our family is we took those 2 extra pay periods, the way that if you split all of your expenses up into like the first pay period, second pay period, maybe you're dividing up your expenses. You can also have like 2 extra paychecks every twice a year. So if your paychecks are combining like $2,000, or even more, like there's some households that are like $4,000, like both people are bringing in a certain amount of money, or one person, or whatever you have in terms of your income, that's a couple $1,000s extra that you're getting 2 times a year. So you can also plan around your vacations when it comes to those extra paychecks. You can plan like other things in your life. So we want to sit down at the beginning of the year and just go through everything and say, hey, what's going on through the year? And also to reevaluate what happened the year before. So we're going to think about if you have those, for me, I had 14 days. Thank you, my cute 4. So we have 14 days throughout the whole year. And when I was at that job, it was frustrating. We didn't get holidays off. We only got certain holidays. We didn't get every holiday off. So sometimes you have to think about that. You have to think about the holidays that you have, and also planning within those holidays. So a very big example is that when I was working 9 to 5, I kind of reevaluated the year before, and I was like, so when's the time that I usually get stressed out? Because Christmas, I had a little bit of a break. MLK Day came in January, so I was like, okay, I got that day off. And then there's like no days off. Like we didn't get President's Day. We didn't get like any of those kind of things. Veterans Day, Veterans Day was later on in the year, but we didn't get any of those kind of days off until May, which was Memorial Day. And so I didn't get anything off until Memorial Day. So I knew that from January, the beginning of the year, until May, like I needed to have some days that I scheduled for myself that were just like self-care days. So a day where I could just kind of, kids are in school and they're doing what they need to do. And then I am just like at home by myself. And can you imagine that? Like, being a working mom, doing so much, and then, okay, I'm taking my day off for myself just to sometimes be in the house. Like, don't do anything. Don't plan that to be your laundry day. Don't make that to be your laundry day. You can do laundry day on Saturday or Sunday when everyone's running around the house and do that laundry. And then when you're at home, that's a day you're going to schedule for yourself. It's a self-care day, mental health day, whatever you want to call it, but it's a day for yourself. And so it's very important that you plan that out. So then I knew like around May, then going into, the summer, I really crave in the summer going on a vacation. So maybe like it's a little bit more lax in the summer. Maybe if you have a kid at elementary school, a school-age kid, they're not around in the summer. You don't want to pay for day camp or something all the time. So what you're going to do is you're going to plan that vacation. And maybe that's a whole week, and you have to think about it. Is it 5 days, or is it going to be 7 days? So excuse me, something I used to do is like, I do those 5 days, but then I kind of cap those other 2 days. So it's like Friday, I'm off, and then I have the whole weekend, and then I'm leaving Monday through Friday, and then I'm like coming back. I make sure I come back from that vacation maybe on the weekend, and then I still have that Monday. Maybe the kids are in camp or they're doing something, and maybe that Monday is just for me to relax and regroup, and then I'm going back into work. So you want to think about that. You want to plan your vacation around that, because that means you're spending from Friday to Friday. It's like 7 days. And then you're like Saturday, Sunday, Monday, so 3 days, 10 days. 10 days off, 10 days where you've kind of separated yourself from your office and was able to do that. So we're taking 7 days and we have 7 left. Okay. And yes, this may not seem a lot, but you got a whole like 10-day vacation in the summer where you've not only had some vacation time where you went somewhere, but you also have a day or two that you're deciding if you want to relax or if you want to regroup. So just think about it in that way. So then what I used to do is go throughout the year and then go, okay, so as I said, from January to May, I need 1 or 2 self-care days that are really going to help me and to feel better, to align, to do whatever I need to do. So I'm going to plan that out. I'm going to plan out 1 or 2 days that I need to do then. And then I'm also going to go like at the end of the year and I'm going to do that same thing because then I've had my vacation in June or July. I feel a little bit more refreshed. And then I'm going into maybe like sometimes I would take off like something in August because like it was the first day of school or it was like overwhelming. It was a lot. So we're just going to take off a day then. And then, so that is like one day in the beginning of the year, self-care day, one day at the end of the year. So we've already kind of done, and I'm going to say like 2 to 3. So like I would probably say I usually do 2 up here and then one later on, like in September. So it's usually around like 3 to 4 scheduled days. So we're gonna do 3 to 4. I mean, I'm gonna be honest, like I'm just gonna go for the 4. Like we're just gonna go for the 4. I'm not even gonna go for a 3. Like there's 2 in the beginning of the year, and then there are gonna be 2 at the end of the year, especially during the holidays. Especially during times where, school's starting and I'm overwhelmed and I'm going to plan that. I'm going to sit there and you don't have to plan an exact day, but you can say, well, in February or March, I know that I got really tired last year. And so I want to be able to do that now for next year. And so you're just going to put a note for yourself and say like, hey, put in my time, the beginning of February, you're going to make a note for yourself, however your policy in your job is, that it's like you need 2 weeks notice or 5 weeks notice, whatever it is. You need to just put that on your calendar. So you're going to have 2 at the beginning of the year, 2 at the end of the year of self-care days where you're going to be alone and you're going to be by yourself. It's going to be great. So now we have 3 left. Okay. So we have 3 left. Now you can decide on a couple of things. You can plan more self-care days. You can also keep that as like sick days if you don't get extra sick days. So at this particular situation, I got 14 days PTO and that was all also with sick days. So if you want to kind of play like in that situation, I was like, I'm going to leave it like this. I'm not going to touch anything. And I'm going to leave those 3 days if something were to happen emergency wise, if I were to get sick, if the kids are going to get sick, I'm going to leave it like this. But you can, if you had more than 14, if you have like 20 or whatever it is, you can schedule that. And I know people who have unlimited PTO. Let me know if you're one of those people who have a limited PTO and you're not planning it. Like you need to plan that out. You need to plan your PTO out. It is so important for you to do. And partially a lot of times when I'm talking with moms, they're like, well, I'm sick and the kids get sick and everyone's getting sick and all these things are happening. So sickness, and I'm not a medical professional. I'm a therapist and I have a therapy mental health background. But one of the things that a lot of doctors will tell you is that when you think about the flu, when you think about sickness, a lot of this has to do with our immunity and our immune system. And so if your immune system is all out of whack because you've been stressed and you've been running around doing all this stuff, you're not able, like you're going to get that cold. You're going to get everything that comes at you versus let's get you some immunity. and block all of that. And the best way to do that is to take care of yourself throughout the year and have these, intentional days that you decide to do whatever you want to do on those, self-care days. And I know sometimes that's hard because we don't know what we're going to do, but at least you're taking that time. I don't care if you want to sit on the couch and just like do nothing, just really take that time for yourself because you need it and it's going to help your immunity. Okay. So, with that said, that is our, just taking a look at your planning your PTO, planning your vacations, and doing it even around the weekend or even doing it around other holidays to maximize your benefit of being able to do that. So I hope that this was helpful to you. Again, thank you so much. Just tune in for more videos from the Mommy Consultant on ways to organize your life, organize like your mind and your body so that you can live like a great life and also for your family too, that you can be able to do that for yourself and for your family. Again, subscribe to our channel and stay well and take care, mommies.